We spend so much time, and I've been one of those who was guilty. By the time I turned 22, I wept because I thought, I've wasted my life. I was 22. And the person said, you know what? Stop beating yourself up. God knows your timing. And they said, consider this. And they talked about Usain Bolt. I did not know this. Usain Bolt in all his Olympic runs ran less than 5.5 minutes. But he spent 20 years training for those 5.5 minutes.
Absolutely.
Jesus walked 30 years for a 3-year ministry. The time thing, I'm so not bothered by that anymore. I'm like, as long as you're able to work out everything you need to work out in me, whatever it needs for this to work, because I know it's tied to people, do what you need to do. Do what you need to do, because I'm not leaving this earth with anything undone. I'm not leaving this earth with anything undone. And that's what this label is. And so what I said to those young entrepreneurs or future entrepreneurs was do 3 things. 1, accept that you are different. You're supposed to be different. There's only one you. So whatever God tells you, accept it. 2, get better at being you, which is what Christabel just said. It's about the small things. You're not trying to be anyone else. As we saw, someone wrote something, don't be yourself. Everyone else is taken. And I think that's absolutely, be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Allow yourself to grow in you. And the 3rd thing I said to them was, give yourself permission to make mistakes, because you will make them. And in business, they're calling that failing forward. Giving yourself the permission to make mistakes, because what you call a mistake isn't always a mistake. It's just your perception. So that is my call to every single one. As Christabel said, go to God first and go to him every step along the way. But 1, know that you're different, because people struggle with that thing. They're trying to be part of the herd. You're not supposed to be. You're part of the herd as an individual. You're always you. So be you. Get better at being you. Invest in yourself. Read more. Practice more. Whatever the thing is, do more of it. And 3, give yourself permission to make mistakes. What you call mistakes isn't always a mistake. I can't be distracted by those voices. You can't be distracted, because there will always be naysayers. There will always be people that don't understand. But it's good to also hear, because sometimes you hear those things, not to let them drop in your spirit, but to say, search me. And because sometimes you can err. There's one thing that was said to me a lot, even when I was working in the political arena. People would say, if you work in politics, you're going to compromise. And it doesn't matter where you work. If you have compromise in you, you will compromise. It's not about the place that you're working. If you're in purpose, then there should be no compromise. And I mean, if you're in purpose within you and within in the place you're to be, there should be no compromise. It is possible to be in a place where there's absolute nonsense around you, evil, wickedness, crookedness, and not compromise. A fashion designer with different elements. But hope is that when you wear these things, so I've been doing this series on Instagram where I was introducing the symbols to people so they could have an insight to what the symbols mean. There's so many things that we wear every day and we don't actually know what it means. We just like it. But just our liking it is talking about our spirit, because we're drawn to things that there's a likeness with. And so those are the kind of stories I want people to get from the clothes. I'm speaking into their lives, start speaking into their situations, start speaking into their sectors, start speaking into these different areas, because we're supposed to be infiltrating the systems and taking over. And you think fashion can't do anything? Oh, yes, it can. Because what you're wearing is speaking something. This is true. Clothes are speaking. They have been speaking to me. Someone asked me the other day, isn't it really difficult because first you're Black and now you're bringing this kind of fashion that isn't, you call it fashion, but here we don't really call it fashion. It's ethnic, and I said, everybody has a difficulty story, because we all have to navigate. If you told me that I was going to struggle, that I was part of a small percentile at the beginning, it wouldn't have changed, because it was God who told me to do it. If you look at me and you look at my background or anything like that, you'll say that I'm destined to fail probably. But if you look at my DNA, and what's really my background, the kingdom, I'm destined to succeed. Partnering with him is ensuring that I read all the information I can get when it comes to business. I am in groups with different networking groups, people who have gone ahead of me, Christians, non-Christians, all of them. I'm getting all the information I can get, downloading that, making sure that I'm excellent when it comes to the administrative part, learning what I don't know, going into the factory that are producing my clothes and learning the things I don't know, trying out things so that I know all the different parts so that I can speak to those things.